Hello and welcome to Niger Delta Television News. I'm Janet Bolby-Renner. On our top stories, Bayelsa State Government receives 42,000 life jackets from the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. Cybercrimes Act, NGE and Syrup call for its repeal. Plus, senior broadcast journalist late Chief Mrs. Ozekizibe Itete laid to rest in her hometown. Bayelsa State Governor Senator Doye Diri has advised Bayelsans and others who ply waterways to imbibe the culture of wearing life jackets while traveling by water. The governor gave the advice during the flag-off of the Marine Safety Campaign and distribution of 42,000 life jackets to Bayelsa State by the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy in Yenagoa. Government House correspondent George Amele reports.
The DSP Alamiasia Banquet Hall in Government House Yenagoa over the weekend was thronged by top government functionaries, community leaders and citizens of the state to witness the flag-off of the life jacket distribution and marine safety campaign, a scheme the federal government has in place for some select states, Bayelsa inclusive. With this scheme, the challenge of boat mishaps claiming lives shall be brought to the barest minimum. The flag-off of 42,000 life jackets by the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy is part of measures to enhance water travel safety in the country. Marine and Blue Economy Minister reaffirmed the federal government's resolve to reduce the frequency of boat mishaps and the process of saving lives.
Their firm belief that no one should lose their life simply because they had to cross a river or travel by boat. The of life jackets to the 12 selected coastal states. And the first phase represents one of the most comprehensive federal responses in recent times to the persistent safety challenges on our inland waterways. Your Excellency, Governor Doye Diri, I wish to commend your unwavering support for this initiative and your administration's alignment with the broader marine and blue economy vision of the federal government.
The minister used the occasion to assure Bayelsa State of the desire to partner Bayelsa in the Age Deep Sea Port Drive.
This port will serve as a major maritime gateway in the South-South, facilitating international trade, reducing congestion at existing ports, creating jobs, boosting local and foreign investment, and accelerating economic development in the Niger Delta and beyond. It will also open up new frontiers in logistics, fishery, shipbuilding, and tourism.
Senator Doye Diri, represented by his deputy, appreciated the federal government for the commitment to waterways safety, advocating that life jackets are necessities in this environment.
We sincerely appreciate your commitment in enhancing the safety, prosperity, and sustainable development of our country and marine sector, and Bayelsa State in particular. Our citizens, especially boat operators, fishermen and drivers, and marine travelers, I urge you, a life jacket is not a hindrance, but a lifesaver. It is your protection, your safeguard. Wear it, encourage others to do the same. And let us collectively take it as a culture where safety is valued as a strength in our adversity.
Bayelsa, a state largely occupied by water, is a genuine beneficiary of the initiative. From the banquet hall in Government House Yenagoa, George Amele reporting for NDTV News.
Bayelsa State Government, in conjunction with the local government councils, has ratified a working document known as the Retirement and Transition Process for New Pensioners in the local governments of the state. The document, which will serve as the new template for local government pension administration, was adopted at a meeting in Yenagoa shortly after its presentation by the Honorable Tariye led Committee on the Review of Retirement Process for Workers and the State Local Government System. Receiving the report on Thursday on behalf of the state government, the Deputy Governor, Senator Lawrence Erujepo, commended the committee for doing a good job in record time, lamenting that many retired local government workers had died without receiving their gratuities due to the rigorous and time-consuming post-retirement documentation processes. The Deputy Governor expressed optimism that the new template would help to eliminate the difficulties and protracted time involved in processing pension documents of retired local government staff. In a statement issued by Mr. Dobara Hatasi, Senior Special Assistant on Media, the Deputy Governor directed the Local Government Pensions Board to produce the modified retirement forms and distribute same to all the councils to ensure seamless payment of retirees' gratuities and pension allowances. He also charged the coordinators of local government pensioners to intensify their mobilization efforts to enable retirees yet to receive the last tranche of gratuities and death benefits get theirs on or before the end of this month. The Managing Director of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, Dr. Samuel Ogbuku, has announced that the Commission will be inaugurating several projects in the Niger Delta region to commemorate President Bola Tinubu's second year in office. Dr. Ogbuku said that as part of the NDDC's 25th anniversary celebrations, several developmental projects have been inaugurated across Niger Delta, Rivers, Abia, Imo, and Bayelsa states, adding that another round of project commissioning will commence this month to reinforce the Commission's ongoing commitment to regional development. Ogbuku spoke during the NDDC quarterly management meeting with staff at the Commission's headquarters in Port Harcourt. The NDDC Chief Executive Officer shows that while the staff give their best in discharging their responsibility, the board and management will not hesitate to meet their welfare needs. He called on them to brace up for new challenges as the agency is set to deliver more people-oriented projects that will develop the oil-rich Niger Delta region. The Nigerian Postal Service has announced a series of bold reforms aimed at repositioning the organization as a modern, innovative, and digitally driven postal institution. In a statement released by its Director of Corporate Communications, Franklin Alao, on Monday, NIPOD said the reforms were part of efforts to align the agency with global best practices, meet the needs of Nigeria's growing digital economy, and support the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu. The postal agency stated that at the core of the transformation was a commitment to innovation, accountability, value, and service excellence. It assured Nigerians of a revitalized postal service that delivers superior service and embraces digital change. You're watching Niger Delta Television News. On our top stories, Bayelsa State Government receives 42,000 life jackets from the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. Cybercrime Act, NGE and Syrup call for its repeal. Still ahead, senior broadcast journalist, late Chief Mrs. Ozekizibe Itete, laid to rest in her hometown. Details of this and more after the break. Join us again. Welcome to Niger Delta Television News and Current Affairs Department at the NS Ikoli Media Complex here in Yanagwa, Bayelsa State.
One of NDTV's traditional objectives is to disseminate information with renewed vigor. We build teamwork for accountability, efficiency, and accuracy.
Our community reports, eyewitness accounts, current affairs discussions are detailed and competitive.
As NDTV reporters, undiluted report is our goal. We gather the news and bring it to you just as it is.
Our cameras are poised to get in the story behind the story in an in-depth news report.
Our new digital equipment are top-notch with clearer visuals and audio. NDTV is repositioned to serve you better.
Join us on the news every day at 7 a.m., 12 p.m., and our major bulletin at 7:30 p.m. on Channel 25 UHF. NDTV, crystallizing the vision.
Glad to have you back. The Nigerian Guild of Editors and the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project have urged the government of President Bola Tinubu to immediately end the use of the draconian Cybercrimes Act to target journalists, activists, critics, and other Nigerians peacefully expressing their views online and release those in custody across the country under the legislation. The group said the use of Cybercrimes Act to lock up people peacefully expressing their views sends a chilling message to Nigerians that rights won't get priority under the Tinubu administration. According to the groups, using laws that don't conform to constitutional guarantees and international human rights standards like the Cybercrime Act erodes democracy and the rule of law in Nigeria. The group also said Nigerian authorities at all levels should show that they tolerate peaceful dissent and media freedom if the Nigerian people are to have any chance of holding them accountable on their constitutional oath of office, commitments, and promises. The joint statement presented on behalf of NGE and SIRAP by Dr. Ayobosa Owungere, Secretary, Nigerian Guild of Editors, and Kolawole Oluwadari, Deputy Director, SIRAP, followed a press conference with a theme Unchecked Injustice, how authorities are weaponizing the Cybercrimes Act to stifle peaceful dissent and media freedom in Nigeria, held on Saturday at the Radisson Hotel, Ikeja. The event was jointly organized to mark the World Press Freedom Day. Nigerian music superstar Davido has added its voice to the growing calls for the release of controversial social media figure and activist Martins Ose, also known as Very Dark Man, from EFCC's custody. For details of this and more, let's join Divine Kelly.
Famous Afrobeat star Davido has joined thousands of netizens to call for the release of Very Dark Man from detention. Report shows that Very Dark Man, a popular social media critic, was arrested on Friday by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, over undisclosed offense. Before his arrest, Very Dark Man had announced his visit to one of the GT Bank branches in Abuja to complain about an alleged deduction from his mother's accounts. It's not clear yet if Very Dark Man was arrested inside the GT Bank or outside the premises. His arrest has triggered diverse reactions online, with netizens, including celebrities, calling for his release. Reacting to this development, Davido, in a post on X, demanded the release of Very Dark Man. While acknowledging the public support for Very Dark Man, Davido wrote, "Outside all the noise, it's good to see that the good one does actually impact life and people actually appreciate. The support I'm seeing for Very Dark Man everywhere is encouraging and makes one want to do more for the masses." Famous Nigerian musician Seun Kuti has narrowly escaped stray bullets in the United States. Sharing the terrifying encounter, he explained that the bullet unexpectedly pierced through the window of his hotel room. Kuti captured the frightening moments in a viral video shared on his Instagram page on Sunday evening. 2 people have been arrested after a planned bombing at a Lady Gaga's concert in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, on Saturday night. The Brazilian police said the plan was orchestrated by a group promoting hate speech and radicalization of teenagers. Security was strengthened with over 5,200 military and police officers deployed to the beach, where the fans enjoying the pop singer's classic hits, including Born This Way, which became an anthem for the LGBTQ+ community after its release in 2011. Meanwhile, Gaga's team has reacted to the planned attack, saying it found out about it via media reports. A spokesperson for the team during the show, there was no known safety concerns nor any communication from the police or authorities regarding any potential risk. The spokesperson added that the team worked closely with law enforcement throughout the planning and execution of the concert, and all parties were confident in the security measures in place. Divine Kelly reporting, NDTV Entertainment News.
Away from Nigeria now, the Kenyan government has described as shameful an incident in which a shoe was thrown at President William Ruto during a rally on Sunday. while the shared video clips show the footwear striking the president's left arm as he held it aloft while he was speaking. The president was addressing a crowd at a public event in the western county of Mikora in part of a 3-day tour of the region where he has been launching and commissioning development projects. While the views of some ordinary Kenyans chime with the feeling that the shoe throwing was disrespectful, others have suggested that it reflected frustrations over the state of the economy. Government spokesperson Isaac Mwara condemned what happened and called for those behind it to be apprehended. The remains of late Chief Mrs. Oze Kizibe Etete has been laid to rest in her hometown, Agudamaipie, in Yenagoa local government area of Bayelsa State. Mrs. Etete, who until her death was Controller News and also the chairman of the NDTV chapel of the NUJ. The occasion was attended by her family, colleagues, and other sympathizers who paid their last respect to the deceased. Correspondent Gift Cardio tells us more.
Delivering his sermon titled "There is Time for Everything" at the funeral service, Pastor Charles Daniel of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Divine Grace Parish, Banshia, explained that to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven.
Briefly, I want to speak to us on a topic I've titled, "There is Time for Everything." I'll take my text from Ecclesiastes chapter 3. I'll read from verse 1. She lived a life that was pleasing to God. For the past 2 years or thereabout, we've been in the same parish. She's somebody that I can say, of course, I don't have the final say, but she was a child of God. Thank God for the compliments of men. Thank God for praises from men. But what will God say about you? You that is seated here, have you also given your life to Christ?
Giving his tribute, the husband of the deceased and chief mourner, Mr. Etete Enideneze, described his late wife as best friend and mother.
I am writing this tribute or reading this tribute not with joy, but with the literary courage and philosophical calmness of a writer that I am, and to honor you even in death. Dame Oze Kizibe, as I also fondly called you. To me, you were not just a wife, but a running mate, a confidant, best friend, sister, and mother.
On their part, Chairman, Nigeria Union of Journalists, Bayelsa State Council, Comrade Tonye Yemoleya, and Chairperson, National Association of Women Journalists, NAWOJ, Mrs. Grace Orumiyefa, encouraged the children to build on the values of their late mom, whom, according to them, was a dependable ally with regards to her profession as a journalist.
Let me talk to the children of our dear colleague. As children, you have a responsibility to cherish the memories of your mother. By keeping those things she had always told you to do.
We came to know Oze about 13 years ago. And all I could say is that she's a dependable ally. She's committed to the NAWOJ cause. She's somebody that will not have cold feet in anything that has to do with the association.
In the same vein, the Director of News and Current Affairs, Mrs. Ebiakpo Ojeke Aderi, who stood in on behalf of management and staff of the state-owned prestigious Niger Delta Television, NDTV, where late Mrs. Etete worked as a broadcaster until her last days, described the deceased as a diligent worker.
I'm Oze Kizibe's direct boss, Director News and Current Affairs. Indeed, the family of NDTV received the death of Oze Kizibe Etete with great shock. We are still living in denial, but it is a sad reality we are to live with for the rest of our lives. Ose Kizibe was a diligent staff. She was committed to any assignment you give to her.
Late Chief Mrs. Ozekizibe Tete died on the 3rd of April 2025 at age 48. Gift Kalio, NDTV News.
To end the news, a quick look at top stories. Bayelsa State Governor Senator Doye Diri has advised Bayelsans and others who ply waterways to imbibe the culture of wearing life jackets while traveling by water. It was brought to a report that the Nigeria Guild of Editors and the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SIRAP, have urged the government of President Bola Tinubu to immediately end the use of the draconian Cybercrimes Act to target journalists, activists, critics, and other Nigerians peacefully expressing their views online, and release those in custody across the country under the legislation. And finally, the remains of a late Chief Mrs. Ose Kizibe Tete has been laid to rest in her hometown Agodomaipi in Yenagoa local government area of Bayelsa State. That's a bulletin. Thanks for joining us. I'm Janet. Bye-bye.